Look, I used AI to create an entire month of content for a local gym, and it literally took me just a few hours. The craziest part? Businesses are actively paying thousands of dollars for this exact service right now. Okay, let's just dive right into it. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to unpack exactly how you can build a highly profitable, AI-powered B2B social media service completely from scratch. We're looking at a totally practical blueprint for how complete beginners are leveraging AI tools to solve massive, everyday headaches for local businesses, specifically in the fitness industry, and how they're charging premium rates to do it.
So, here is our game plan for today. Section 1, the local gym opportunity. Section 2, building your AI tech stack. Section 3, the 30-day content workflow. Section 4, packaging and pricing strategy. Section 5, landing your first client. And finally, Section 6, starting safely and ethically.
All right, starting with Section 1, the local gym opportunity, or as I like to call it, solving the fitness content hamster wheel. To really get why businesses will gladly hand you so much money, you first have to understand their excruciating problem. Local gym owners, personal trainers, they know they need to post every day. They know that consistency drives growth, right? But between training clients, running the actual business, programming workouts, and, trying to keep up with their own health, creating 5 to 7 pieces of quality content every single week just feels completely impossible. Most of them start strong, but inevitably they fall off. Their social media goes dark, the leads totally dry up, and they end up losing potential customers to the competitor right down the street. They are utterly trapped on this vicious content hamster wheel. And the stark financial reality these businesses face when trying to solve this problem? It's honestly staggering. Let's say a gym wants to hire an in-house social media manager. The data shows it costs anywhere between $4,200 and $8,450 a month once you factor in salary, benefits, and overhead. But if they hire an AI-assisted freelancer, which, by the way, is what we're learning to be today, they pay a fraction of that, generally between roughly $1,600 and $2,700 a month. Research from Ahrefs actually shows AI-assisted content is incredibly cost-effective. It runs about 4.7 times cheaper than traditional human-only content. So you are offering this massive, undeniable discount compared to an in-house hire while still making a fantastic income for yourself. It's a total win-win. Moving on to Section 2, building your AI tech stack. This is all about high margins and low overhead. If you're going to deliver professional results without working 80 hours a week, you need the right tools. And the absolute beauty of this entire model is the incredibly high margins. Your complete agency tech stack. It costs roughly $78 a month. Just think about that for a second. You use Monica AI for $25 to access elite models like Claude and GPT for your high-level strategy and copywriting. You pair that with Canva Pro at $13 for branded templates. Then you plug Social Pilot in for $30 to handle all the scheduling and analytics. And you round the whole thing out with Leonardo AI for $10 to generate unique, custom images. For under $80, you have completely replaced the need for a massive, expensive agency team. You are quite literally a one-person powerhouse. Okay, Section 3, the 30-day content workflow. Let's talk about batching for maximum efficiency. So how do you actually put those tools to work in the real world? Let's imagine you just landed a hypothetical client. We'll call them Titan Training. Here is your seamless 6-step engine. First, strategy and audit. You don't just start creating blind. You figure out exactly who Titan Training's ideal customer is and audit their currently abandoned profile. Second, content calendar. You fire up Monica AI to generate a 60-day strategic calendar in minutes. Third, batch creation. This is where you assemble the actual content over in Canva. Fourth, scheduling. You use Social Pilot to bulk schedule everything across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the whole shebang. Fifth, community management. You spend just a few minutes a day answering comments and direct messages like a real, authentic human. And finally, analytics reporting. You send a beautiful, white-labeled report at the end of the month showing the gym owner exactly how much they've grown. Let's zoom in on that batch creation step for a minute, because this is where the execution becomes truly effortless. Every Monday morning, you sit down to batch create. You ask Monica AI to generate 20 specific captions based on your calendar. That takes, about 3 minutes? Then you open up Canva Pro, select some professional fitness templates, and hit one button to apply Titan Training's custom brand kit. Instantly, every post perfectly matches their red and silver colors and their logo. Next, you just drop your AI copy and the real member transformation photos directly into the templates. If you need a custom motivational backdrop, you just pull one instantly from Leonardo AI.
So in just over an hour, you've completely designed 20 highly professional, perfectly branded posts. Manual work that literally used to take days now takes you a single morning. Which brings us to Section 4, Packaging and Pricing Strategy, Selling Outcomes, Not Hours. Listen, the single biggest mindset shift you have to make right now to be successful here is understanding that you are selling outcomes, not your time. And because of that shift, your profit margin per client is a staggering 95%. Because your tool overhead is locked in at just that $78 a month we talked about, if you charge a client a standard industry rate, almost every single dollar you make is pure profit. But you're probably wondering, what should you actually charge them? Well, you should always offer a 3-tier pricing model. Your starter tier runs $1,200 to $1,500 for basic posting on just 2 platforms. Your growth tier, which, by the way, is what you actually want them to buy, offers 3 platforms, professional Canva design, and reporting for $2,500 to $3,500 a month. And then you anchor high with a premium tier at $5,000 to $7,500 that includes deep strategy and custom video. This is just classic psychological pricing, right? By anchoring high with a $7,500 premium tier, your $3,000 growth package suddenly feels like the absolutely perfect, safe middle ground investment. And here's the kicker. You never, ever justify that $3,000 by telling a client how many hours you're going to work. Instead, you communicate value based on financial outcomes. You tell Titan Training, look, if we can bring in just 12 new members from a revitalized Instagram presence this month, and those memberships are $100 a month, that's $1,200 in new recurring revenue, and that money compounds month after month. You are an investment that quickly pays for itself, not a sunk expense. That is exactly how you confidently command thousands of dollars a month without even blinking. All right, Section 5, landing your first client. Let's break down the outreach formula. Of course, none of this matters if you don't actually have any clients to serve, right? So let's map out the exact, repeatable outreach sequence to get local businesses to say yes. It starts by finding gyms on Google Maps or Instagram that clearly have neglected, abandoned accounts. Then you execute this simple timeline. Day 0. Send a friendly, super casual LinkedIn connection request to the owner. Day 2, record a quick 30-second custom video using Loom. Point out one specific thing you like about their gym and offer a quick actionable tip to revive their social media. Day 6, send a short email sharing a case study of how another gym grew just by being consistent. Day 10, send a polite, zero-pressure follow-up. Do this for 5 to 10 businesses at a time. It is highly structured, it's very disarming, and it works flawlessly because you're focusing on being genuinely helpful rather than just spamming them with a cold sales pitch. Finally, Section 6, starting safely and ethically. We need to talk about the guardrails of AI content. As we wrap up this explainer, we absolutely must address the reality of using these tools. Having AI superpowers means you have a real responsibility to use them with strict guardrails. This protects both your agency and your client's hard-earned brand. AI is your assistant, not your total replacement. Actually, at Scott, it's more like a super-powered intern. You must ensure rigorous human oversight. AI models can hallucinate facts or completely miss the subtle nuances of a brand's unique voice. If you just publish unedited, generic AI copy, you risk totally alienating the gym's tight-knit community. Plus, you have to prioritize privacy. Never, ever feed confidential client or member data into public AI tools. And you gotta be mindful of fairness, ensuring the images and language you generate represent a diverse and welcoming environment for everyone. Blending AI efficiency with authentic human empathy is what's going to keep your clients happily paying you month after month. So, we've covered the massive opportunity, the exact tools you need, the daily workflow, the high-margin pricing strategy, and a beginner-friendly outreach plan. You now possess the complete blueprint to build a highly valuable service business using AI. The only thing left is the execution. So, I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Which local business in your town will you pitch tomorrow? Take this knowledge, step out of this explainer, and go create some real value in the real world. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and keep learning.